Hello everybody and welcome back to a new video. I am Pat from Pat's Path Predictor, and as you can see in the title of this article right here, a bomb cyclone is set to blitz Boston with blizzard conditions. So this was updated about an hour and a half ago at the time of recording, so we'll go ahead and deep dive right through this, as well as look at the GFS as well as the European model this time, so just to get a better idea of what is going to going on. So a still developing winter storm is set to become a major nor'easter that will bombard New England with heavy snow and blizzard conditions this weekend. Areas further south in the mid-Atlantic will not escape the storm, with several inches of snow and major travel disruptions are expected. So as you can see in the map right here, the general consensus is 12 to 18 inches of snow throughout Connecticut, Massachusetts, including the city of Boston, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, most of Maine, and then there's an 8 to 12 inch kind of streak right here in parts of Vermont, into New Jersey, into Delaware. European model actually has it a little bit more aggressive than this. We'll talk more about that later, but yeah. This area will be the hardest hit and will at risk for closures of the central and eastern Long Island to New England. Basically, the AccuWeather chief on-air meteorologist for AccuWeather said so. Yeah, this is going to be interesting right here. This is going to be an intensifying storm that will produce a lot of wind, which raises the concerns for blowing and drifting snow, power outages, and blizzard conditions in some areas. So, the storm, which will develop off the Carolinas late this week, could rapidly strengthen enough as it moves northward along the east coast into the weekend to be dubbed a bomb cyclone. A bomb cyclone, or bombogenesis, occurs when where the central pressure of the storm crashes. We already went through this. A bomb cyclone is if the temperature goes down 24 millibars in 24 hours. It's the same criteria as rapid intensification for a hurricane right there. The plunging pressure will cause air to rush to the center of the storm, just like a giant vacuum, they put it. The high winds will put copious amounts of moisture and help enhance precipitation. The combination of winds frequenting 40 miles per hour or greater, along with heavy snow, will reduce the visibility to a quarter mile per or less for several hours, triggering blizzard conditions for New England. So we actually could see some blizzard warnings coming up for this thing, and that's a new development right there. That is very interesting, a very interesting thing to deal with. So yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on that, but let's go ahead and take a look at the GFS model just to kind of time it all out. So basically, the low starts to form on the 28th around noon. This is where the low is right here. It forms a few hundred miles off of the coast of Florida. This right here is not part of it. It turns into a snowstorm at first, and then it merges with this low right here. This is at 1,006 millibars. This thing is now more spread out. DC is going to see some snow and everything. Basically, then these two fronts merge right here as this continues to strengthen, and then it starts to move out of the DC, and this is where the heavier snow could form in parts of Maryland and Delaware right here, as well as into New Jersey if it gets far enough to the west, which the European model does have this going further to the west. We'll talk more about this, and let's take a look at this. 988 millibars, 999 to 998 and 98 in 6 hours. And then basically in 12 hours, it drops 25 millibars. So that's already a bomb cyclone right there. And then another 15 millibars. So basically, let's back this up 24 hours. So this is 1,002 millibars right here. 999. Yeah, 1,002 millibars to 959. That's a 43 millibar drop in 24 hours. That's nuts right there. Like that is definitely explosive intensification right there. And it continues to go down to 957 at that point as it exits Maine in the United States and all that. But 959 millibars, equivalent to a Cat 3 hurricane. In fact, I made a video a little while ago talking about a potentially 958 millibar bomb cyclone impacting New England. This is happening, folks. This is going to happen. Now, the GFS model has it a little bit further to the east than other model guidance suggests. I actually read an article from the local weather source in Boston. They say it's going to be a 60% chance of it kind of being basically not a 10% chance of it just being very close to shore, a 60% chance of it being like right in the middle, and the 30% chance of what that's doing in with the GFS. So just keep that in mind right there. And now we're going to go ahead and go to the European model, where this is Maryland. This is the total snowfall right here in Maryland. In the DC areas, going to see, according to the European model, about an inch of snow. But this model also increases it down in parts of Maryland and Delaware up to basically 12 to 16 inches right here in parts of Maryland and Delaware. Salisbury could see 8 to 12 right here. So yeah, this is going to be a pretty powerful snowstorm right here. It's going to continue that way, and then basically we'll go ahead and move on to New Jersey. So there it is right here, New Jersey, about 8 to 12 inches right here for parts of New Jersey right here. 6 to 8 is the general consensus for southern New Jersey. Although good, up to 6 inches is possible in parts of Philadelphia and Pennsylvania, including Bucks County and Trenton. So yeah, that's a new development. That's interesting development right there. And New York City could see a good amount of snow with this as well. Now this is basically the jugular right here. We're gonna go to Connecticut first, because this is where it really becomes the jugular. This is Connecticut. So so let's see, where's Hartford at? Hartford, Connecticut, New Haven, West Haven. This Hartford right here. They could definitely see a good 6 to 8 inches right here. Right here, 8 to 12. For western and eastern parts of the Connecticut, extreme western part of the Connecticut could see 12 to 16 inches. Same in Norwich and westerly Rhode Island out here, part of the very extreme eastern. Now let's go ahead and go to Massachusetts right now. Massachusetts, and look at this. Basically, this just covers the whole thing right here. It's most of Rhode Island is probably going to see a foot of snow. The southern suburbs of Boston's going to see over a foot of snow. Boston could see up to a foot of snow. This is it right here. Right here. Basically, basically all of Massachusetts is going to see at least 6 inches of snow right here. That's a given right there. Now we're going to go a little more to the north in New Hampshire. Right here, you can see, look at this. 24 to 28 inches of snow in Coos County right here. This thing is not going to be joking around. This, I know the AccuWeather had this at 12 to 18 and everything. Like, the European model is very aggressive with this. So I would be taking this very seriously if I were you. If you're anywhere in New England, if you're in Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Massachusetts, I don't care. Take the storm very seriously. This thing could pump out 2 feet of snow if the Euro model holds. And it is a little less aggressive. It has it at 6 to 8, around 8 inches of snow in Portland, Augusta, that area. So, yeah, Bangor could see a foot of snow. But look at this. Parts of Maine could see over 20 inches of snow. So if you're watching this and you're in northern New Hampshire and northern Maine, take this very seriously. Like, everyone in New England should be taking this seriously. This is in fact about 2 days out, but I would be taking this seriously. I would expect blizzard watches to start going into effect in parts of New England. I would expect winter storm watches as well for further south. But yeah, the bottom line is, take this very seriously. This is 2 days out, and they're already suggesting up over 2 feet of snow in some areas. But yeah, that's pretty interesting right there. That's actually going to wrap up this video right there. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Really helps me out and helps me make more videos like these. I really appreciate all the support. The last video it got hit over 75 views, so I really appreciate that. I thank you all for coming to check out the channel and everything, and I hope this video will give you guys an update about what's going on right here, because this is a very serious situation. I'm going to be covering it as the situation develops. But with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful day, guys. Take this very seriously, and most importantly, stay safe.